evening, ladies and gentlemen. Can you hear me okay? It was already on. I actually turned it off. Thank you. Welcome to the graduation ceremony for the class of 2021. And please join me. Please remain standing and join me as our Coeur d'Alene's very own Peyton Smith sings the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Thank you.
Thank you, Peyton. That was lovely. Good evening again. My name is Libby Barrett. It's a privilege to be the principal of Coeur d'Alene High School. I would like to welcome you to the graduation ceremony for the class of 2021. I have some introductions today. Introductions at this time, just for the people seated on the stage. Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Stephen Cook, and if you just stand or nod this way, there you are. Director of Secondary Education and Assistant Superintendent, Dr. Kelly Nichols. Director of Curriculum and Assessment, Dr. Mike Nelson. Chair of the Board of Trustees and representing Zone 4, Jennifer Brumley. Vice Chair of the Board of Trustees representing Zone 5, Rebecca Smith. Member of the Board of Trustees representing Zone 1, Lisa May. Member of the Board of Trustees representing Zone 2, Casey Morrisroe. A member of the Board of Trustees representing Zone 3, Tambra Pickford, could not be here with us, but hello, Tambra, if you're watching. We also have with us Mike Randalls, Activities Director for Coeur d'Alene High School. And then bear with me, because I have a lot of thank yous. Something like this doesn't come together with just a few people. So I would like to first thank grandparents and parents. Please stand as you are able to be recognized. And great-grandparents, too. Thank you to friends and families watching at home. We wish we had the capacity to have you here with us. Assistant principals, Bill White and Nora Jewell, and Mr. Mike Randalls again. The amazing CHS staff who are here in record numbers to make this go off without a hitch. Counselors Rick Jones, Brooke Hutchins, Jesse Crodel, Joey James, and our career advisor, Carrie Hines. SRO, Mario Rios. CSOs, Edwin Kuo. Edwin and Charles, or Chuck as we all know him, our CSOs. Scott Mabin, Director of Communications, is walking around here somewhere. Our office staff, Betty Hensley, Diane Nagel, Norma Alley, Amanda Nicholson, Kelly Murray, Tracy Myers. Matt Tennyson, our lead custodian, really deserves a round of applause. Our district maintenance people who put together the stage. Bob Gibson from NIC for this live coverage. Thank you, Bob. Bob and Julie Casagrande at Jostens. Amped Entertainment, who is the reason that you can hear me now. The class of 2022 parents for volunteering and decorating the stage. And last but not least, our CHS Booster Club for their amazing support. Housekeeping, I gotta say this. Restrooms are over by the concessions. Sorry, this took a deep dive, right? And then just as we participate in the recessional, the graduates will meet you out on the other side of the fence, and they know where to go. So with all that out of the way, at this time, I'm going to ask for all of us to come together in a moment of silence. We have lost some people along the way over the last 4 years and some currently. So I would ask that we just take a moment and think of those who we love and lost. Thank you. And we cannot forget these people, men and women. At this time, I would like to recognize and thank our men and women in the armed forces. Please stand if you have served, currently serve, or have signed up to serve. We thank you. Thank you for your service, and we're so proud of our CHS graduates who have committed to serve and protect. So I'm not going to speak for very long because we have an amazing keynote, but I want you to know that you have made an indelible mark on CHS with your Viking pride, your leadership, your goodwill, your service to others stands out, and just your drive to never give up. I shared with the graduates earlier, if anybody in this room had a reason to give up, it is this group of ladies and gentlemen, and they didn't, and they're here, and we are so very proud of you. So I want you to reflect on your last 12 years of your educational journey. I know you can recall moments of joy and laughter as well as a few hurdles when events did not go your way. But we held hands, we wore masks when we were very tired of wearing them, just to keep each other safe. And I will never forget when you showed up that first day, your senior year, with masks. And that is the memory that I will take with me, and I've shared this publicly before. And my memory was that we always took care of one another, and that's a beautiful thing. So to honor you, we have rolled out a red carpet this evening for you. So I congratulate you. I'm bursting with pride, and I will forever, ever be grateful for the time we spent together. So at this time, it is my extreme pleasure to introduce Board Chair Jennifer Brumley.
Hello, everyone. Gosh, I am so excited. I can't even imagine how all of you are feeling down there. Congratulations. From the bottom of my heart, I'm ecstatic for the class of 2021. I want to give you a little quote. Cartoonist and writer for Doonesbury, Gary Trudeau said, "Commencement speeches were invented largely in the belief that outgoing students should never be released into the world until they have been properly sedated." So, here is a little bit of sedation for you all. I wanted to say a similar thank you to what Mrs. Barrett did, in that I just wanted to have I know I'm going to focus on all of you students here in a second, but if all of you wouldn't mind just giving your teachers a big, fat round of applause for what they did this year. And also, along with that, your principal, your vice principals, and your office staff, your janitors, and your bus drivers, for those of you that had to use them at any point in time, K through 12. Give them a round of applause as well. And then obviously, I know many, or if not all of you, wouldn't be here, but for parents or guardians or grandparents that happen to be here. And so I just want to extend a heartfelt thank you on behalf of the board to the parents and guardians and grandparents that have all played a role in getting every one of these young men and women here in front of us today. So thank you very much, and a round of applause for you as well. My theme for the class of 2021 is resilience. Class of 2021, you have persevered through adversity like no other graduating class in the history of this country. LL Cool J, which most of you should know, said, "When adversity strikes, that's when you have to be the most calm. Take a step back, stay strong, stay grounded, and press on." You are asked to learn online, in person, both at the same time, on a train and in the rain, in the dark and in a car, with a fox and in a box, on a boat, with a goat, with a mouse, in your house, and don't forget to unmute if you want to speak. It's been a heck of a year, you guys, without question. You know what doing all of that means, that you can overcome and you can do anything. This class has the ability to make it over any hurdle and any hardship that you'll encounter. There is no college professor or work boss or supervisor that can't work past differences that the two of you may have, or personality conflicts, just because of what you have endured and gone through. These traits of resilience and perseverance are what will make you and take you to the end, to leave your print, and you will leave your mark. Many of you don't know who I am. Some of you know my name. You obviously heard it tonight, but my name's Jennifer Brumley. I am the chair of the board, but I graduated from Coeur d'Alene High School in 1992. So now you all know how old I am. Many of you probably know me from Zone 4. My son is going to Lake City, and so I have ties there. But I will tell you that I am an extremely proud Viking. I spent many hours on this football field cheering on football players. I played softball for Coeur d'Alene High School. I had a locker in that same building. I was stung by my first bee in a classroom over there. And I ate Suzy Q's and milkshakes every day for lunch in the Commons. You guys probably can't even do that anymore, but I was able to get away with it with the lunch menu we had back then. So I just want you guys to know I absolutely love this campus. I am a Viking at heart, and I am so, so honored to be here tonight with all of you. I went on to attend the University of Idaho. I spent many years on that campus. I got a teaching degree, and then I went on to get a law degree. And I came right back here to the city of Coeur d'Alene, and I hope many of you do too. One of my favorite people, who I did my senior project on, is Walt Disney. Of course, he made the greatest cartoon character, and he made one of the greatest places to go visit. But he said, I think you guys will appreciate this, all of the adversity I've had in my life, all my troubles and obstacles have strengthened me. You may not realize it when it happens, but a kick in the teeth may be the best thing in the world for you. Go, Walt. I did not have COVID-19 to deal with, but what I did have was a father who was the principal of the high school when I was a sophomore, junior, and senior. Yes, John Brumley was my dad, and he was the principal for 3 years of my high school. And I didn't have to wear a mask, and I didn't have to attend school through Schoology or Zoom, but I definitely had my own set of hurdles when most everyone knows who your dad is, and some like him, and some don't so much. So I also have a son in the class of 2021. And some of you know the hardship that he's endured. My son's father was killed in the line of duty, and he was only 12 years old. Some of you out there have also lost parents. You may have lost parents to cancer or other tragedies, and many of you have suffered other hardships, immense adversity, and all of you have dealt with remote learning, masks, and not knowing if you get to prom or if you'd have a normal graduation. Your presence here means you didn't use your tragedy or your adversity as an excuse. You didn't run, you didn't hide, and you didn't let it define you. You're here graduating, getting your diploma, and heading out to take on one of life's biggest challenges and exciting adventures. Biggest challenges being, at some point you're gonna have to get a job and earn some money. So, if you're headed in that direction, what we know is that you're headed into new and many unknown markets of employers. I'm going to go back to resilience just for a minute. It is defined as our ability to quickly recover from challenges, to better understand its building blocks, and how people can develop the skills to overcome adversity and ultimately thrive. I'm going to share a little bit of information with you from a reporter. His name is Mark Lieberman, and he wrote an article in March of this year for Education Week. He said, research by Cigna associated with unveiled real costs that can be associated with low levels of resilience. Many students today, low resilience is connected to worse physical health, higher rates of stress and anxiety, feelings of low self-esteem and self-worth, and poor academic performance. In the workforce, low resilience is connected to lower engagement with colleagues, lower productivity, and professional ambition and higher turnover. This is where you get your sedation. The data also shows that resilience is a skill that resides in every person at an early age. Resilience is at its highest levels in young children. Yet, as children grow into their teenage years, we start to see resilience levels fall sharply, as much as 50% by the time they are 18 to 23. However, resilience is like a muscle that can be strengthened throughout a person's life. To build a more resilient generation and future workforce, it's critical that today's students have the support they need, resources, personal skills to continue to build that muscle. Teachers, coaches, and parents play a critical role by encouraging resilience-building factors, practicing good physical and mental health, staying active, practicing stress reduction activities, building connections through two-way conversations, mentorships, dialogue on difficult topics, fostering inclusivity, and being surrounded by a diverse community. The research shows that all of these things can help young people and even adults develop their resilience skill set, which we all know we've had a lot of in this last year. The environment that organizations operate and serve their customers and communities is becoming increasingly volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. Agility and flexibility are critical, and employers expect you to be able to sense unpredictability and act quickly in response. You also need to be able to identify new ideas and approaches. You will need to demonstrate curiosity, ask questions, and have the courage to move quickly. You need to have a growth mindset. I'm sure you are all familiar with that term, which is the desire to continuously learn, recover, and bounce back from adversity and hardships. You must build strength with a greater ability to cope. Take ownership and accountability for your situation. Develop strategies for reflection and learning. It's reasonable to say that this school year, 2020-2021, was one that required agility, flexibility, and a growth mindset. Employers want to see teamwork and collaboration. They desire to work with others. They desire to work with others different than yourself, different backgrounds, genders, functions, geographies, cultures, to create better, more durable results and the ability to work as a member of a team to achieve a great set of goals. You will have to look past all of the kinds of differences in life and work, and that's what employers need and want from you. Learn to learn. The world is changing fast, and successful companies are evolving even faster to serve their customers and remain competitive. Associates with the ability to identify and anticipate changes in the environment, and who can acquire new knowledge and skills will be needed and effective in this environment. Human resources professionals said skills missing from the workforce right now are problem solving, critical thinking, innovation, and creativity as being the most needed. Compare that to, hey, what have you guys been dealing with for the last year and a half? The qualities and skills possessed by students who have been successful during this time of remote and hybrid learning are identified by what traits? Critical thinking, creativity, cognitive flexibility, that's that ambiguity and ability to deal with change, and self-regulation. The skills that will have the greatest impact in the modern workplace are the same skill sets and mindsets required by students right now. All of you did all those things to navigate remote learning. Napoleon Bonaparte said, "Every adversity, every failure, every heartache carries with it the seed of an equal or greater benefit." Class of 2021, you are the definition and the epitome of resilience. The skills that you have been forced to hone and the environment you were forced to adapt to is what will make each and every one of you amazing. So, I leave you with, go leave your mark and go Vikes!
Thank you so much. That was fun. And you are resilient. I love the message. So, next, I get to introduce two students, two young ladies who not only are smart, but they strive to make the world a better place. And they're really good humans. So it's my pleasure to introduce to you your valedictorian and your salutatorian. We'll go with salutatorian Kalia Thornton and valedictorian Lillian Smith.
Greetings. Welcome, Dr. Cook, members of the school board, Principal Barrett, faculty, staff, alumni, parents, family members, friends, in Coeur d'Alene High School's momentous class of 2021. It is our moment. To address you all this evening, I decided to write an unconventional speech for an extremely unconventional year. This is my spoken word poem, Rise and Shine. Through our darkest hour we have lived. Wake up and see the light. The world as we know it, unfolding and folding back together again. Like paper towns, we are the creases of nature's origami, a tsunami of waves changing the sea, adapt with the tide, or the flood will catch up to you. You'll see. Pick up the debris or be swept away with the wind. You don't want to be left behind because you can't rewind to the past. The future is a blank slate, tabula rasa. Last man standing. The sun is always rising, but it is not set. We are upset. Calm before the storm or catastrophe that shook up the world. From weather, we are tethered together in the wake of tragedy. The sun slowly peeking over the horizon, the civil begin to unrest. We are in distress. Sleeping beauty becomes a sleeping battered. Human existence becomes human resistance. Survival of the fittest becomes survival of the richest. It's time to rise from this fever dream. The aftertaste may be bitter, but the morning air is sweet. The world will never be the same, and some of us will never be sane again. Bargain, not going very far again. In a faceless society, masked individuals leaving a sticky residual, plagued with poverty, systemic, infectious, contagious disease, pandemic. How can we go back to normality when our reality has been upended, lended to the idea that with the finish of normal is the start of something new, and with the introduction of mending is the conclusion of contending. Ascend to the top. Stop the hate. Stop Asian hate. Hate is a virus. Yellow fever going viral. What is hiding behind the veil, masking your insecurities? Ignorance, the real pandemic. Breathe in the positivity, breathe out the toxicity. Standing 6 feet apart, do your part. Split apart. Polarized from north to south, who runs this house? What if we take a second to dare to envision a world without division? Instead of debating what's right, wrong, or fair, rise up like wind, dust, and air. Because the only direction we are going is up. The addition of passion, care, and goodwill, with the subtraction of pain, chaos, and grief for humankind. Do not let your transaction decline. Multiplying peers, dividing fears, divide and conquer, conquest, never rest, the ultimate test, world domination. Stay silent or be silenced. Be a siren. Closed mouths don't get fed. We are fed up. Some are tired of hearing it and seeing it. Some are tired of living it and being it. The sum is a miscalculation of liberty, freedom, and representation. I thought all men were created equal, but we are still in the sequel of time. How many times do we have to compromise? Can't you pick on someone your own size? Law and order, or policy and disorder of operations. The machine of justice is out of order. Social injustice is not what just is, just as bigotry must face its deposition. Schism, black and white, darkness, but I see the light. The American dream, it's shining green across the bay. I had a dream that one day, his hopes, his dreams, his aspirations, his ambitions, his goals, they would matter. You matter, you do, but Black lives matter too. Solid, liquid gas. Change cannot be contained. It only takes a fraction to change. Kindness costs nothing. You can make a difference, so raise your voice. You have the choice. We are uplifting, Now taking center stage, engaging. This is no act one, no exposition. To use your platform with purpose. Yes, we will make a fuss. This is your debut. Are you the many or the few? This is your time to shine in the spotlight, to do the good thing, to do what's right. Not for the performance or social media or activism, but to show that we do not tolerate racism. Never stand down. While it may be a while before we reconcile, it is only one of many, many trials. Rebuilding from the ground up. Stand your ground. Rebound and rise to the challenge. You always hear to do what you're told, but sometimes that gets old. High school, college, workforce. No, we will be the force to be reckoned with. Pressured to fit the mold, don't let your potential mold. Check your box. Check your privilege. Draw outside of your lines, adventure outside of your box, and outside of your bubble. Burst, pop. Let your power flow to the marginalized communities, cultures, and colors who are stuck in the margins. Stand up and stand out. Educate, advocate, activate, celebrate. Why is it that we react and attack instead of step back? Don't stand in the way or stand back. Look at how far we've come, the miles we ran, the places we traveled, the highs and the lows, but we still have more to go. This is only the first stop at the train station. You have a moral obligation, a civic duty to strive for world peace, to protect human rights, to face the responsibility of dignity, to witness the prosperity of unity, and to ensure reality is not brutality, and to come together as a whole, rather than remain on the opposite ends of a divisive dipole. We are the growth after the storm, flowers reaching higher and higher to touch the sun, standing at the peak at the end of the run. Seek your knowledge and speak your truth. We are newly planted. Don't take your education for granted. You've been granted an opportunity to learn, to grow out of your roots and spread your branches. A new dawn is upon us. Wake up, you don't want to miss it. We are standing on the high rise of our lives, traveling at the speed of light to new places, to new heights. Life is a movie, up. Tied to thousands of balloons, we are a house drifting through the air, up, up, and away. Look at the view from this elevation. We are on our way to our final destination, unification, a manifestation of the past 4 years, 4 years of blood, sweat, and tears. We made it. Stand together. Together, we can see the light. Through brighter days, we will live. Stand up and be the light. Be the light that drives out darkness. It is your turn to rise and shine. Now please join me in giving a warm welcome to Coeur d'Alene High School's valedictorian, Lillian Smith.
Okay, that's going to be hard to follow.
Class of 2021, scream if you can hear me. Okay. Hi. For those of you who don't know me, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Lillian, and we went to high school together. If you do know me, you know that I ask way too many questions in class. I am the world's worst driver and refuse to even get on the highway. I am terrible at comebacks. And I know I don't look intimidating, but I slap people on the arm when I laugh, and many of my offended friends have sent me TikToks about it. Okay. Quirks and all, I would not be here graduating with each of you if it weren't for some very special people. First of all, thank you so much to my teachers for dealing with me. I am absolutely 100% positive that I could not have survived these past few years without each of you. Thank you to my friends for putting up with me for the past 4 years. And thank you to my parents for being the light of my life. I know I usually say this with sarcasm, but in actuality, you inspire me each and every day, and I can only hope to make you proud. Let's be honest. I know it could have been worse, but this year sucked. Okay. My senior year calendar did not include plans for a pandemic that led to online learning, cancellations, and an end to seeing a full view of everyone's face. Across the country, we have watched as rioting, school shootings, and civil unrest have unfolded. Divisive politics have forced people into hating their neighbors, with both sides refusing to admit their faults. Our community has not been spared from the ravages of these schisms. We have heated school board meetings, hostile letters to the editor in the local paper, and people with guns in the streets squaring off against BLM protesters. And even nature has come for us with avalanches, smoke so toxic we weren't allowed to go outside, and an actual tree hurricane. Until this year, some of us have looked at life in a simple, linear manner. You are born, go to school, make friends, graduate and get a job, settle down, maybe get married and maybe have kids, grow old, and die. The pandemic reminded us that life is far from linear, and this year we each experienced different, unique challenges that instantly stopped our lives in their tracks. Many people think of hardships solely as negative. However, history, thanks Mr. Walters, Donovan, and Holgate, teaches us that difficulty and challenge create the best generations. Britain's tyrannical reign brought the 13 colonies together in 1776 to establish the country we live in today. World War II contrived in America, where both people on both sides of the political spectrum came together for one common goal: to save humanity. 9/11 caused Americans to come together in mutual respect and love for one another. This is a truth that we see across the ages, in different times and places and mediums. We even see that the best art and literature come out of war, famine, and pain. Whether it's the story of a family living under an oppressive regime in Afghanistan, or a diary of a young Jewish girl hiding from the Nazis. I, of course, wouldn't wish tragedy on anyone, but everyone here has individual losses just the same. There are those that are deeply devastating, like losing a person you care about or someone you love being seriously hurt. And then there are the smaller defeats that are not as catastrophic, but can feel like it at the time. I cried my heart out over losing the race to be ASB president. I felt humiliated when I bombed the PSAT and did worse my junior year than my sophomore year, despite my lofty goals. Your sorrows might be different. You had your last chance to win a certain title in your sport, and it didn't happen. You had your heart set on a role in the school play, and it went to someone else. You worked so hard for a grade in a challenging class and didn't make it. Maybe you were unable to participate in a favorite activity for the last time due to this unusual year. You didn't get the college or trade school admission or job that you thought was perfect for you. We all have these, individually as well as collectively. This includes all of the losses that we have faced as a class throughout our 4 years of high school. We lost Mr. Schuler our freshman year. and we lost students, even one in our class. Our sophomore year principal left us shortly after he arrived. Our junior year was cut short by the pandemic, and our senior year has been filled with insufficient replacements for beloved traditions and rites of passage. Our high school experience has been bookended by loss. But here we are. We made it. We survived all of these travesties, and whether we like it or not, our pain has shaped us. We now have stories for our children. We have a deep level of compassion for others, and we have perseverance in regards to new challenges. Character, insight, and depth are ours for the taking. When I was preparing what to say today, I struggled to convey in words the amazing drive that is developed in each of us from all of our heartache. So, since a picture is worth 1,000 words, a video must be worth 1,000,000.
Hi, I'm Carson McGee, and I work with U.S. Congress to fund a cure for type 1 diabetes.
Hi, my name is Kaylin Brewer, and this is Kylie Melsha.
And we volunteer at our youth groups.
Hi, my name is Harry Blackstone, and this is Dawson Price.
And we volunteered for the information area of Ironman.
Hi, we're Zoe and Bella, and we set up a donation drive for the Union Gospel Mission of Coeur d'Alene.
I'm Amanda Thompson, and this is Hayden Levy.
And we protested for Black Lives Matter this summer.
We're Alex and Chance, and we were volunteer camp counselors for the 6th graders at Trail Creek.
Hi, I'm Audrey, and this is Phoebe.
And we raised over $8,000 to build wells in the Kingdom of Eswatini.
I'm Jackson Cole, this is Trent Elstad, and this is Tyson Bodger.
As part of the football team, we help clean up trash on Highway 95, and we participate in the 4th of July Parade.
Hi, I'm Josie, this is Riley, and this is Nikki.
And this summer, we participated in a couple Black Lives Matter protests.
And we also went to marches for women's rights.
Hi, I'm Ty Betts, and this is Malin Davis, and we help volunteer after school at Lakes Middle School to help support kids in a math competition.
I'm Alex Hunt. And I'm Ian Stewart. I designed, planned, and developed a COVID-19 guard shack for Kootenai Health.
As a part of Student Council, we put together 3 different drives for local nonprofit organizations.
Wow. Thank you. This is what just 1/12 of the class of 2021 has accomplished. Think of how long this video would be if we were able to show how much each person in this class has contributed. In a world where the only constant is change, we as a class have still managed small triumphs. We finally won Fight for the Fish for the first time in 10 years. Exceeded expectations for the blood drive, and even dictated our own unique year, complete with a senior sunrise, a surprise sledding trip, and like 4 different senior skip days. Okay. Even in the face of hardship, I know that I would not trade our high school experience for the world. Look at what the last 4 years have produced. All of you. All of your passion, all of your purpose, all of your power to make change. Many of us have gone to school for up to 13 or more years together. From Skechers to wheelies to Air Forces, from silly bands to kendamas to fidget spinners to Fortnite, from leaving room for Jesus at middle school dances to barely having enough room to breathe at high school dances. From Gangnam Style to Whippin' Nay Nay to Old Town Road, we have grown up together, and our shared experiences bind us to one another. While our senior prank was far from the best in history, our choice to spend our time together camping demonstrates our strong relationships with one another. These are the last days of the first days of our lives, and we want to spend them together. I've been told that our class is spreading out across the country more than any class before us. But at our 10-year reunion, which I get the honor of planning, and you all better make sure I don't forget, no matter how long or far we will have been from Coeur d'Alene, time will be no match for the unbreakable bond that we have crafted in high school through our memories and the challenges that we have faced together. Now, class of 2021, Stand up and remain standing if you were in this video. Okay. Stand up and join them if you have ever been a leader or a president of a club at CHS. Stand up and join them if you have represented your school as a musician, athlete, or actor. Stand up and join them if you have volunteered at your hospital, your church, or your school. Stand up and join them if you have ever befriended someone who looked lonely. Stand up and join them if there are people here who love you. Everyone should be standing. Thank you. Look around. We're all standing together. What makes the world and all of its problems okay are these people here today. These people who are your peers, your friends, your family in the audience, and your biggest supporters. The people who build you up and use their life experiences to contribute to a better tomorrow together. There are people in this class who I know for a fact I will be reading about in national news 10 years from now. We are at a crossroads, venturing off into the world. None of us are completely positive of what next year or even tomorrow holds for us. The only thing I am sure about is this class is fated to change history. If metal is refined by fire, we are absolutely golden. We made the history books once by surviving this pandemic, and I wholeheartedly believe that we will continue to make history by staying close and in touch, by pushing our limits, and by contributing more to the world than any class before us. To do this, we need to continue to vote, volunteer in our community, protest injustice, put others first, embrace our neighbors, smile, empathize, rise up, and make our pain and loss count by using it to produce perseverance, character, and hope. I am beyond honored to be graduating in this class. My only regret is that we don't have more time. I can't think of a better group to make history with. Congratulations, class of 2021. I love you all.
If anybody had any doubts about our future generations, I think we're going to be in good hands. Thank you for the inspiration, Kalia and Lillian. So this is when it gets exciting. As principal of Coeur d'Alene High School, it's my honor to present the graduating class of 2021 and certify that they have completed all the requirements necessary for graduation as specified by the state of Idaho and school district number 271. And I'm speaking to Dr. Cook. Wouldn't fib about a thing like that.
Thank you, Ms. Barrett. Ms. Brumley, I'm speaking to you. It is my great honor and pleasure to present to you as the chairman of the board of the School of Trustees the Coeur d'Alene High School graduating class of 2021 who have completed all requirements for graduation. Congratulations, class.
And as a member of the Board of Trustees, I certify the class of 2021 for graduation and authorize the issuance of diplomas. Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to announce the class of 2021.
Lillian Clara Smith. Kalia Leigh Thornton.
Malin J. Davis.
Connor Grant Louder.
Ty Murphy Betts.
Audrey Lane Anderson.
Adam Samuel Bruns.
Andrew John Averett.
Paige Adeline Drexel.
Maggie Elizabeth Bloom.
Holly James Hudson.
Adeline Marianne Curtis.
Carter Paul Ringer.
Lauren Riley Fuller.
Michael Sampson Schlotthauer.
Phoebe
And
Virginia Ellsworth.
Katie Elaine Shepard.
Tate Nicole Hoberger.
Gavin McLean Simpson.
Jackson Timothy Gatton.
Ian Carl Stewart.
Hunter Hayden Johnston.
Christopher Michael Swider.
Jackson Timothy Kohal.
Rebecca Mary West.
Mackenzie Lynn Mattis.
Emma Beth Whiteman.
Alex Michael Carnes.
Abby Claire Whiting.
Luke David McLaughlin.
Sarah Ann Wilkie.
Sydney Nicole Oso.
Esperanza Marina Williams.
Max Strider Owens.
Alexi Nicole Wilson.
Samuel David Owens.
Alexis Hildreth.
John Sterrett Pinto.
Tierra Raquel Lambert.
Lauren Elise Forster.
And Spencer James Mimmet.
Braden Michael Ethington.
Bailey Christine Mongan.
Jaden Marie Haggerty.
Kayla Amanda Purvis.
Kristen Patricia Luna.
Ella Rochelle Wilson.
Kaylin Grace Miller.
Alexandra Lynn Ziegler.
Zoe Rose Peterson. Hannah Alexis Trull.
Tyler Alvin Belden.
Bryn Michelle Adamson.
Harry Dudley Raymond Blackstone.
Jaden Justin Ahern.
Christopher George Beaufilet.
Finn Colin Adukas.
Braden Hunter Booth.
Kelly Lynn Allen Lara.
Romy Jack Borley.
Kyle Thomas Allen Lara.
Benjamin Stephen Boston.
Nicholas Taylor Allen Lara.
Grant Christopher Boyer.
Rylan Kainani Asher.
Kaylin Louise Brewer. And
Lauren Elizabeth Baldeck.
Caitlin K. Bristow.
Victoria Rose Barnes.
Kellen Russell Brock.
Braden Allen Barrett.
Jaron Scott Brown.
Owen Riley Bartosh.
Elora Lynn Camp.
Dalton William Cardinal.
Isabella Marie Canifax Broche.
Clara Marie Carpenter.
Braden Michael Dance.
Eden Hope Carpenter.
Annabelle Nicole DeCure.
Rylan Thomas Carter.
Kobe Paul William DeLeonard.
Miles Richard Casper.
Mason Claire Deming.
Aaron Matthew Cottle.
Jordan Elizabeth Dennis.
Dylan James Keiko.
Nicholas William DeRuyter.
Logan Thomas Cessna.
John Cole DeLeva.
Jaden Skylar Chavez.
Garrett Rodney Dingman. And
Claire Judine Christ.
Jack Taylor Dome.
Kyle Robert Conrad.
Eli Samuel Driven.
Hannah Elizabeth Cook.
Nathan Jeffrey DeRoche.
Shaylee Renee Corby.
Chakuma Jaquez Ashley DeRue.
Nora Lene Colson.
Jaden Jana Eberly.
Michael Mason Cummings.
Trent Mason Elstad.
Sophia Nicole Escala.
Otto Leland Geilenfeld.
Emma Rose Fahey.
Veda Noel Gilbert.
Piper Elizabeth Fine.
Angela Marie Goggin.
Cameron Bailey Fisbeck.
Megan Joy Graham.
Byron Tyler Fox.
Kyler James Grihalj.
Anthony Lee Francis.
Kendall Allen Gregory.
Gabriel Isaiah Frederick.
Christine Gabrielle Gutierrez.
Hayden Lynn Froelich.
John Allen. Oops. I'm off. I'm sorry. Winter Lynn Haler.
Matthew Roger Fuchs.
Nicole Angelina Hare. And
Jack Connor Folks.
Peyton Michaela Harris.
Jonah Christian Funderburg.
Carson James Hart.
Layla Ciela Galales.
Karsten William Fagan.
Ethan Wayne Garretone.
Dalton Michael Johnson.
Courtney Danielle Garwood.
Jada Cindy Johnson.
Kaylin Jessica Garza.
Zachary David Johnson.
Kyler Presley Haynes.
Eli David Jolly.
Emma Jordan Hazel.
Jace Charles Kelly.
Serena Amber Henderson.
Bailey Jean Kennedy.
Zachary Aaron Henderson.
Xander Kenneth Kearns.
Brady Thomas Hostetter.
Macy Ann Cleaver.
Clay Theo Howard.
And Madison Diane Clunt.
Olivia Marie Howell.
Torrin Alexander Knowles.
Lauren Gianna Howley.
Kaya Jeline Conan.
Madison Marie Hubble.
Ava Leanne Conrath.
Alex Allen Hunt.
Gavin Tate Koski.
Gavin Blue Izzard.
Emily Elizabeth Crick.
Logan Scott James.
Caitlin Elizabeth Coons.
Otis Jean Jeffords.
Eleanor Cassandra Miley.
Robert Owen Jensen.
Nikisha Michelle Matheson.
Evan Orion Johansson.
Josephine Rose Mattis.
Michael Stanley Lamana.
Luke Charles McClintock.
Caitlin Grace Lamettery.
Gavin John McFeely.
Taylor Delaney Larson.
Skylar James McKenna.
Aiden Ryan Lawrence.
Cade Erickson McKinney.
Jacqueline Marie Lahosit.
Aaron Noel McPhee.
Hayden Parlin Levy.
And Jackson Thomas Mead.
Cody James Lippy.
Kylie Noel Melsha.
Nicholas Isaiah Literal.
Adrian Mendoza Guzman.
Elena Faith Loudon.
Mazzy Elaine Marzanis.
Elizabeth Renee Lowry.
Kyron Brandon Herman Messenbrink.
Nathan Glenn Luckett.
Jackson Joshua Meyer.
Sophie Summer Lieberger.
Carson Gage McGee.
Leo Gregory Leiden.
Sydney Marie Peebles.
Abigail Nicole Lyman.
Michaela Aurora Pellins.
Wade Clinton Mallory.
Nev Marie Peterson.
Jasmine Shaylin Miller.
Kate Christine Phillips.
Gabrielle Ivory Morris.
Lauren Riley Phillips.
Noah Schofield Morton.
Tyson Robert Pottinger.
Weston John Nagai.
Adriana Hope Preciado.
Lillian Jane Nickel.
Dawson Riley Price.
Catherine Rose Nicolay.
James Michael Price.
Grant Daniel O'Brien.
And Jason Scott Price.
Patrick Justin Madison Odell.
Mark Andrew Preby.
Nez Stewart Ogle.
Jack William Perka.
Kayla Bryn Osey.
Cooper David Proctor.
Hayden Russell Orchard.
Adrian Faith Rhodes.
Isaiah Kai Zavella Pack.
Adrian Faith Rose. Alyssa May Wood. Aiden Boyd Seaman.
Riker Zale Frederick Patterson.
Tanner Bennett Shelley.
Liam Walden Paddock.
Alicia Jaden Sharoston.
Samuel Joseph McInerney.
McKaylee Rayanne Sloan.
Nolan Lawrence Randalls.
Dylan Matthew Smith.
Wesley Thomas Rebeck.
And Owen Curtis Smith.
Riker Richardson.
Hunter Scott Snyder.
Ethan Kyle Ricks.
Shelby Lynn Soito.
Drew Michael Roberts.
Devin Bradley Sontag.
Jaden Allen Rowley.
Lilia Rose Sprangett.
Violet Chanyu Russo.
Juliana Marie Sprouse.
Abby Danielle Reiser.
Justin Mackey Verthine.
Quentin Elijah Samsel.
Shayna Suzanne Wobbs.
Jasmine Angelina San Juanrivas.
Connor Knox Waddell.
Kalis James Sandlin.
Bella Mackenzie Weiss.
Ryan Jonathan Schlatter.
Paul Donnie White.
Elizabeth Aniela Shasha.
Skylar Dwayne White.
Dylan James Schofield.
Carter Ronald Webush.
Cynthia Lane Sampson.
Victoria Lane Willie.
Olivia Ryan Stevens.
Ryan Nathaniel Wilson.
Chance Nathaniel Stores.
Riley John Richard Wollaston.
Timothy Joseph Stubbs.
Brooke Lauren Worley.
Amber Jewel Taylor.
Jalen Ryan Young.
Haley Noel Tenney.
Katrina Marie Young.
Amanda Hope Thompson.
Victoria Elaine Yonker.
Mackenzie Melina Thompson. William Michael Threadgill. Isaac Daniel Tomlin. Jade Eliza Torbeck. Riley DeRay Torgerson. Calvin Matthew Troutman. Cadence Morgan Tuck. Wyatt Allen Vandever. Marissa Jolie Valelli.
This is when you get to talk to your neighbor because we're just going to wait for the photographers. Congratulate your neighbor. They just graduated. Almost. Don't touch your tassels yet. I could sing my rendition of Looks Like We Made It, Barry Manilow, but you wouldn't know who he was. So. We're getting close. Does anybody have a good joke? Wait till everybody gets seated again. So this is when it happens, my friends. This is when you get to move your tassels from either north to south or right to left. Left over your heart. So I now present to you the Coeur d'Alene High School class of 2021. Not yet! No, not yet! Okay. Somebody wasn't listening this morning. Remember, we have a gift. You are now alum. And so our gift to you is your alma mater. And we tonight have Kayla Ossie, Candace Tuck, Bailey Kennedy, and Jaden Eberly, who will deliver your alma mater, and then we can throw our caps. Thank you, ladies, under the direction of Mackenzie Curtis. Once a Viking, always a Viking. Woo! Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming to our ceremony. Be safe, have fun tonight, and we love you.